how does a guy who hasn't been in the bedroom, or maybe he's sexually unhealthy, has been sexually active, how does he get to the point where he can express himself? Because that's what it's all about, where he can express his masculinity, where he's okay with his sexual urge. Where does he start?
He starts from slowing down and being patient. And I tell a lot of guys this, they always go, "Oh, I got premature ejaculation." I go, "That's because you're looking at the outcome as the means to an end." I said, sexuality, foreplay, sexual adventure, teasing, there is no time limit to it. So you can get a girl just being sexually aroused if you go to her house. And I tell guys this that have premature ejaculation problems. I said, stick your penis in her, hold it there, prop yourself up and just look at her directly in the eye and just hold it there and lightly kind of pushing with your hips slowly, so you're not that, oh, I gotta have sex,
Yeah.
and you create that friction. And I said, and do that. You just do that, and she's going to get to the point where she's like, I want to feel it, and she's going to start moving, and you're like, no, just feel it. And you're kind of pushing
Hmm.
in slowly, and you could do that for 20, 30 minutes and drive her absolutely crazy. And then you could just stop and say that's all we're going to do for now, and you can walk away. So there is no time frame. Like, guys in their mind are thinking, I got to be this sexual dynamo, and that's fine and dandy. There's a place for that, but you can do stuff where you go down on them, and you just lick around. It's about, women would rather be teased, okay, than pleased. Okay, and there's a difference. So once a woman comes and stuff like that, that's great for them, but there's more sexual magnetism. There's more sexual thought process in being teased than being, completed. And they're like, oh,
Right.
and if you could keep that going on strong, you can have women all over the place just like fixating on it. So get out of the, I have to do this like this and just wham bam. Oh yeah, I'm a porn star type of guy. That's not what sexuality is. Sexuality and sensuality. I mean, the sensuality in itself says from the senses. So use those senses, to your advantage. Get out of this storybook porno, like, hey, wham, bam, thank you, man, type of mentality. Slow down and enjoy her. This isn't about, if you're going to be a great lover, it's not really about you. Okay. It's going to be completely about the other person. That's why sensuality, lovemaking, sex is so giving, because it gives the other person a chance to like relax. Like, one of the main things that women say is they always say, thank you, I needed that. Thank you, I needed
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
That has nothing to do with me. That has to do
Right.
with where I put my emphasis. And there's a balance to it all. I mean,
That's a great point.
here's one of my things, and I'm not shy about it. But I had a hard time when I got married because all my adventures are kind of separate. So you have like a little time frame. It's like, okay, boom, you can do this and you get all into it. It's like they were segmented. Living with my wife, it was hard for me to find that balance of like, okay, now we're gonna have sex because everything blends together. So it's kind of like, okay, if I'm having sex over here, and then I'm kind of like trying to find that place at home and stuff like this. So there was a balancing reenactment that had to happen. I had to figure that out, and it was probably one of the toughest things till we got to the point where there was that fine balance of like, okay, cool, like I can put my sexual energy into my wife, instead of like pop 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 pop. It's a lot easier to be like that guy who's just like the stunt cock who comes in and pleasures women compared to being at home. So there, I mean, I don't know if you've realized that or if you've
Oh yeah. Yeah.
experienced that.
Yeah.
So that's another form of evolution. Like, how do you figure this out? And the only way you're going to figure it out is if you put the energy into it and you say, how am I going to do this? What are some of the things that I can experiment with, that I can explore, to get me to that level where I find that balance?